Hey everyone, hope you all are having a great third week of this 90-day challenge. My name's Steven. Today we're going to go over the squat, a few different misunderstandings that there are, some common mistakes, and just some simple cues to think about while you're going through this by yourself and with your trainer. So the first thing we're going to talk about is just a few simple cues like hip positioning and knee positioning. So from the side view, as we're starting the squat, you want to think about pushing those hips back and then sitting those hips down directly between your heels. So from this, you don't want to think about pushing those hips back too far, because then you end up in this very bent over position, but you also don't want to start with your knees, because then you rock up onto your toes. So think about just getting those hips pushed back, sitting directly down into between your heels, standing right back up. From the front view, what we want to think about is these knees pointing right out over that middle toe. So as you're sitting down, those knees should stay pointed right out over those toes, and then you don't want them to cave in like this, and you don't want to push them out too far out. So just right over the middle of that foot. Alright, now that we've talked about how to properly set up your squat, we're going to show you a couple different variations that you will see as people are squatting. This is my friend Bert here. He's got a very hip dominant squat, where I've got a very quad dominant squat, and we're both going to do some squats here so you can see how those differ. So, you'll notice we both start the squat pushing our hips back and sitting down between those heels still, but I have a lot more of a forward shin angle, so that I'm loading my quads up a lot more, and he's got a lot more of a vertical shin angle, so he's loading his glutes up a lot more. He has to sit back a lot farther, where I tend to let my knees kind of shoot forward a little bit more as I'm sitting down. So we'll go ahead and do a couple more squats here just to show you. From the front, they look very similar. As you see, we're both sitting down and coming right back up. You'll also notice with mine, my knees get very close to going out over my toes. This is a common misconception that you'll hear about a lot. If you have the mobility for your knees to shoot out like that and you're a quad dominant squatter like I am, that's fine. But if you don't have the mobility for that and your heels come up off the ground, we don't want to do that. We want you to think about sitting back a little bit farther. Alright, last thing we're going to talk about today is a quick little drill that you can do on your own at home, or that you can do before your workouts as a warm-up, before you meet with your trainer, or if you're working out on your own. It's especially a good thing to do if you're having problems getting those hips pushed back to start a squat. So the way you're going to set this up is you're going to start with your heels about 4 to 6 inches away from the wall, and then you're just going to push those hips back until you feel them touch the wall. As we're doing this, we want to think about keeping those legs pretty straight. We don't want them to be locked out, and we don't want those knees to be bent a whole lot. So just a pretty good straightness just before locking them out. Once you feel comfortable getting your hips back from about this far away, we're going to take a little step forward, so we're a couple inches farther out, and practice pushing our hips back again. And we want to do this until we're comfortable at about 8 to 10 inches away from the wall. This will really help you teach those glutes to load up, so you can have more of a glute dominant squat instead of letting those knees just shoot forward at the beginning of your squat. So, I hope you guys learned a lot from this video. Hope you have a great fourth week of the 90-day challenge. See ya.